My name is Bryan Duggan, and these three tunes I'm going to play now are the Kilmovie Jig, Winnie Hayes, and Drop the Razor. So this is an Eamon Cotter flute, one of my top flute players as well.
Yeah.
So I'm originally from Leixlip in County Kildare, and I suppose I started music lessons with a guy called Donald Fallon, who's a local primary school teacher who taught lots of people of my generation, my sisters and lots of friends of mine from Leixlip. He taught us all music. And in my teens, I got my first flute. So it was actually not a very good flute. And I kind of didn't really play a lot, I think, until I probably got into my 20s. I started going to Paul McGrattan's flute classes in the Pipers Club. And then I discovered Willie Clancy Week and kind of never looked back then, So I think that was around about 2000 that I first went to Willie Clancy. And over the years of going to Willie Clancy, I did flute classes with all of the teachers there, really, with Catherine McAvoy, with Eamon Cotter. I did 2 years of classes with him, with Fintan Vallely. Let's see. Yeah, and then I kind of just went to lots of different workshops and stuff. And that was kind of what kind of got me into kind of playing flute seriously and kind of like taking it seriously as a hobby. Let's see. Limerick Glasses, the Calavel Reel, and then the Skylark. Yeah. So it's interesting actually, because I think just a lot of things kind of came together at the right time for me. I was working on a PhD in DIT at the time, and I was looking at trying to model creativity in flute playing. And I discovered this algorithm called the Levenstein distance algorithm, which is used in a lot of spell checkers and things like that. And it's a way of measuring similarity. So I remember one Wednesday afternoon, I just decided, I wonder if I could plug this algorithm into the work that I was doing and see if I could get it to recognize the tunes. And lo and behold, anyway, it recognized the tune that I played. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is quite interesting. And then I tried putting in a little bit more swing into it, and it still recognized the tune. And then I started putting in loads of mistakes, and it still got recognized the tune. And then I got a recording, it was off one of Matt Molloy's CDs, and it recognized the tune off that. And I thought, okay, now you've got something quite unique and special here, So that was kind of that was the kind of the breakthrough moment, But actually I had been thinking about, archiving trad music even since I was an undergraduate student in 1993. And my final year project that year was all about scanning sheet music from O'Neill's books and trying to recognize the notes, But I did my PhD, finished in 2009, and then I figured out this is just so useful, this is so good, I have to try and get a way for people to use it. And of course, this was the time of the iPhone, and the cloud computing was just kind of becoming, a thing at the time. So I sort of put it all together, and I released this iPhone app in 2009. That was the first version of Tunepal. And it just instantly just sort of took off. People were like, oh my God, this is such a great and a useful thing. Nearly every trad musician has it on their phone. And every month, even now, after 10 years of being around, there's still around, let's see, is it about 60,000 music searches are made every month using Tunepal. So right now there's somebody hitting tap to record and recognizing a tune with Tunepal. I'd love to see it going a lot further. There's so many things that could have been done. I did some nice collaborations over the years. We did a collaboration with Europeana Sounds and the Cultus Archive. So that was about 2014, and that was a big step forward for Tunepal as well, because we actually linked Tunepal up to the Cultus Archive. So if you go onto the website tunepal.org and you play a tune now, it'll recognize it, it gives you the music score, it'll play it back, and it also searches the Cultus Archive for archive recordings of people playing the tune. So you could play a tune Down the Broom, and then you get the music score, and you might get 50 years of different people playing that recorded version of Down the Broom. But there's a lot more. Actually, I'm planning to do a bit of work this summer. I want to improve the transcription algorithm. Just to make it more accurate, particularly certain instruments, it doesn't work too well with the concertina, and plucked string instruments as well. It doesn't work very well with. So that's something that definitely I would like to try and, improve on. Maybe this summer, I think, is the time, because I've started working on different, just updating the database and stuff like that as well. So hopefully this summer I'll be able to have some new versions out. So actually, the hornpipes I was going to play are the Golden Eagle, the Rights of Man, and then the Give Me. So I'll maybe just play these twice each because they're hornpipes. Yeah. So. one year I kind of got a little bit into teaching, all right, and I got invited to teach in Taucan. And subsequent to that, I got invited to teach at the Irish, I think it was called the Irish Cultural Institute in Paris. So I did a weekend there after that. I enjoyed it a lot because I actually sort of tried to have something unique to give the students, you know. So I do a lot of yoga and I do a lot of Wim Hof breathing. So I did some yoga with them. I showed them lots of like stretching and stuff like that they could do. And, you know, lots of cool stuff that I like to do myself when I'm trying to like get a feeling for a tune. Like I often just walk around the room, stamp on my feet like as I'm playing the tune. So I was trying to get them to do all kinds of like crazy stuff, you know. And then even, you know, putting themselves into a corner and like playing into the corner so you get the sound reflected back. So it was great fun. I have to say I really enjoyed it. Like recently I've started doing, in the last year or so, I've started doing Wim Hof breathing. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's this guy Wim Hof, he's the Iceman, they call him, and he basically has this breathing technique that it's very simple to do, you know. You do 30 inhales and exhales, and then you exhale fully for the last breath, and then you do 3 rounds of that, you know, and it's really, really good for building up lung capacity. So I found in the last year, like I've been doing a lot of that, haven't been playing that much flute, but when I did start playing the flute again, like recently, I found that my, you know, lung capacity had just improved a lot, you know, from doing this Wim Hof breathing. So I'll play these 2 tunes. I'm going to play the Ace-Induced Piping. I love this tune. I actually love those style of tunes, the long dances. They're just so interesting. And this, you know, is like such a cool tune because it has this really interesting, when you hear it for the first time, you can't really figure it out. But when you figure it out, it's great. It's like unlocking a mystery, you know. And then I'll go into Trim the Velvet then after that. to the last tune was Lucky in Love. Yeah. Like before everything, I suppose, stopped, I definitely been playing probably at least twice a week anyway, somewhere. And then I always, for the last 20 years, I think I missed one Willie Clancy week once because I had to go to New York for a software competition that year. But I was really regretting it because it's like I love Willie Clancy week. It's sort of like highlight of my year really. And then Drumshanbo I go to as well. I usually go to the Fla then. And I used to go to the Crinny on flute as well. I went to a few of those. I was at the very first one of those and several others. But I would play in the Cobblestone frequently, and I played every Friday lunchtime in O'Donoghue's. There's a really nice session there. So, and then in Hughes's as well. A lot of the times I play there as well. So they'd be kind of my regular music places. Playing music with people is a very joyful activity. It's just a lovely pastime, like the mind switches off and you just float away. And like, I think there's something really very like magical about the flute because it's such a physical instrument, and it's like anything that you have to have like mastery of. You practice a long time by yourself, and then like when you're in a session and the flow is there, like you just there's no you, there's just the music, and that's just a really 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 blissful feeling. So I love playing in sessions.
Another set for tunes,
sure thing. Yeah, I'll finish maybe then with let's see. I'll finish maybe with 3 tunes. Maybe Down the Broom, The Gatehouse Maid, and I'll go into the Dublin Reel then. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I think you're a credit to your teacher, you're a credit to the music community, and you're
thanks.
a credit to yourself.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks very much for inviting me to play today, and it was really enjoyable. I'm very happy to be here.
I'm delighted.
And looking forward to playing some tunes on the Cobblestone very, very soon. The sooner the better.